wouldn't be Florida without this. A heavy tropical rainstorm coming down just prior to kickoff here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. With the echoes of cannon blast still ringing in our ears from the north end zone, the Bucs were introduced a moment ago, and they are all set as their guys will do battle with the Indianapolis Colts. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? Now Brady. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
A run with Jones on first down, not going to yield much. A yard tops. Second down coming up. So this game of art, Charles, you know, the talk of the NFL world all week. 2 unbeaten teams. You rarely see such a matchup this deep into a season.
I would agree with that, because normally you might get one team undefeated for a while, but 2 teams like this. And I remember in preseason, you looked at schedules and said, I think these 2 are on a collision course. It'll be interesting to see if they actually get there, and they did. And to me, the winner of this game has to wear the crown of Super Bowl favorite.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Brady. A pass underneath for Fournette. Oh, Fournette loses it. It's out. And the Colts pick it up. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. So a first quarter fumble in the rain. And this isn't supposed to let up. They've had flash flood warnings just west of here. So they better get used to this.
And it's hard to do real early in the game because you're so amped up and you're trying to do so much. You've got to get used to it, though. You've got to focus in on the ball, make sure you're taking care of it. That one cost him.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Well, this defense for the Bucs, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. Florida without this. A heavy tropical rainstorm coming down just prior to kickoff here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. Just a short time ago, the Buccaneers emerging from their tunnel to the roar of this frenzied crowd here in the Sunshine State. And we're in the big ship, and fittingly, everyone here ready to do battle as Tampa Bay gets ready to match up with the Indianapolis Colts. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And right away, he lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. And hopefully for both sides, not a sign of things to come, Charles. This morning, it was... And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
The fumble on first down now. Here's second down. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Brady. The left side completion to Jones. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. To throw, it's Brady. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. DeForest Buckner in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So Brady and the Bucs need to work a little magic. 3rd and long after that last sack. Back to throw. Brady. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Julian Blackmon. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And this ball game, clearly the game of the year so far. It's not very often that you find 2 unbeaten teams playing each other this late in the season, but that's what we have here, 2 heavyweights in the NFL.
You're right about that, and you think about recent memories, so let's take a little ginkgo right now and go down memory lane, right? 2007, 7-0 Colts, 8-0 Patriots. The Pats won 24-20. They ended up going 16-0 in the regular season before they lost in the Super Bowl against the Giants. How about 2015? 6-0 Broncos, 6-0 Packers. Denver won 29-10. And in 2020, Steelers and Titans were both 5-0. Pittsburgh won that one.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's a give to Fournette. And he's taken down inside the 30.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Now a first down carry by Jones. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Well, this defense for the Colts, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. Step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Brady gives this one off to Jones.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line.
49 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Fournette.
And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Jones.
And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Yeah, maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming, pick them up, pick them up. And someone jumped.
A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for 3rd and goal. Now Brady. And he's got his tight end, Howard. It's a Buccaneer touchdown. O.J. Howard with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good.
And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Fields this way up at the 17.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Five yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
So, Charles, you look at this offense. So what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the first round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Trask. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage one play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far in this drive. This offense on the march.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
He'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
On the handoff, Taylor. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Rodrigo Blankenship for the Colts field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Blankenship's kick is good. And that'll do it for the first quarter of play. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Blankenship out to kick off. Fields this way up at the 17. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
2nd down, another shot for Jones. They find some open field here. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 52 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. The give is to Jones.
And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Brady going to try and throw on third down. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Zerline's kick is up and through, and that will knot us up at 10. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt, just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're able to get this way down there inside the Tampa 20. A big play there for Indy.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. On second down, it's Taylor. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had the incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to fourth down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
Blankenship's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
After the made field goal, here's Blankenship again. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Brady now to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. DeForest Buckner, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
The sack backs him up, 3rd and long. Tough challenge for Brady and the Bucs.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Target. Check 31, check 31. He's checking. Crash. Alpha.
Looking to throw. Brady. This one complete to Scott Miller. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Here's Brady to throw. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Hey, Alabama.
To throw is Brady. It's Miller, complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Throughout his career, Tom Brady has made a living with the quick pass, hasn't he? How about that one? A little slant inside. And I think his arm's gotten stronger throughout his career, too.
Yeah. You just see one of many examples of why he's made more trips to the Super Bowl than any other quarterback.
Footwork, intelligence, competitiveness. That's Tom Brady in a nutshell.
Brady now on 1st down. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. And the Colts force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big play that time on the catch and run. So a nice catch right there. And this receiving core, without their number 1 wideout, keep that in mind. He's inactive this week, though it shouldn't be a long-term absence.
And I would think, partner, that this is where an offensive coordinator believes he can solve the problem by spreading the ball around. Because anytime you lose your number 1 guy, it's obviously a blow to your offense. But this is also an opportunity to say, hey, they can't focus on trying to stop one guy. Keep spreading it around. The last part, each one of those receivers, they believe they're the number 1 guy, and they're ready to.
Oh, into a sea of defenders have intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And the Buccaneers are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
At the 36-yard line. Alabama.
Shotgun now for Brady. His throw incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Watch the shit. Hold 50.
Now Brady. Throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. On first down, it's Jones. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
72. Hey, 66.
Brady going to throw. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
72. Hey, Alabama.
Brady. That's caught by Howard. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Brady now on first down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Brady. On the right side, this is Miller. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Watch the screen. Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
Into the red zone, it's Brady. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Gary and Conley. And the Colts are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive.
Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would.
He's got a man, complete. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play there for Indy.
Well, you had all halftime to think about what you wanted to do to start the second half. They came out with a big one.
Does that not beg the question? What was happening in the other locker room at halftime? Was that the one play they didn't cover as a possibility? Because they just gave up a big, big gain.
1st and 10, Taylor now. About 3 yards there to the 27.
On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. And out of bounds right around the 20.
58 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
Now Trask. And his throw here's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19. Trask.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, it should not stop them at all from going back to him to find him. Find him.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16.
It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Blankenship's kick is good. And that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16-10.
Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. On play action, now Brady. Flush to his right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Gary and Conley. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Well, you don't want to coach him, Charles, to stay in the pocket on every play, but I guess that's the danger of getting outside of the pocket, extending a play, and making a bad throw. Turns into 6 points the other way.
Yeah, sometimes when you get outside the pocket, your vision actually gets obscured a little bit, or you narrow it down too much, and you don't see all the defenders in the area.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Fields this way up at the 17. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we're having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Working with a 2nd and 3. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
The throw on 2nd down by Brady is incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50. It's our time, it's our time, guys, it's our time. Hey, check my...
Let's go on. No, 66. Let's go on.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. That's complete to Tyler Johnson. And he is going to have the Buccaneers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Now a play fake. Brady rolling to his right, and his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they've brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Let's go.
Here we go, 50, 50, Mike 50.
Bound to lose one. Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
To throw, it's Brady. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he's going to be brought down. He needed to get to the 20, but he's a yard or two short. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Hey, set. 29. Alpha. Fire.
Tight end right, tight end right.
Hey, we got 4 down.
Mike 50, Mike 50.
They'll go for it. It's Brady. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
What an excellent end result for them. But let's go back to the decision, first of all, to go for it all on 4th down. A lot of pressure on the quarterback's shoulders, but they knew he could handle it. Makes the right read there, gets the ball to his receiver. They get the first down. It's now 1st and goal.
Ain't no such thing. Hey, check it.
They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
I would think down 2 scores at this point in the 4th quarter, even with the loss there on 1st down, this has got to be 4-down territory. If you're the field goal kicker, your only purpose now is if you can run out for a pass or actually carry the ball into the end zone. Otherwise, don't even look at the coach.
Jones hit and the ball's out. And the Colts pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that's scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
And he's got room. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 97 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They run it with James. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that 1st. They'll run on 1st down. It's Taylor. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. And they'll try to throw now. Trask. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
That was a difficult catch, and I admire the fact that he actually caught the football, worked so hard to get his feet down inbounds, tried to do the toe tap. Like, my dad's an accomplished tap dancer. I'm not sure he would have gotten his feet in on that one.
Is he really?
Yeah, that he is.
How about that? What about Young Davis?
No, it did not. It did not cross.
It didn't carry over.
No, it stopped right there.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor. Taylor's got the 1st down and more. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line.
I think there's a fatigue factor that's kicking in defensively. You know the will is still strong, but I think the offense is starting to bend it just a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's looked that way. We'll see if they can continue this already strong drive. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll run here with Taylor. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
This is obviously a critical sequence for this defense if they want to stay in this game. Down 2 scores already. They give up a touchdown here. That make things really difficult for their offense moving forward.
Second and goal from the 6 this time. On the handoff, it's Dallas. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. Another run. Again, it's Dallas. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. DJ Dallas, his second touchdown on the season. And the Colts add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and that will make this a 19-point game. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. That 5-game win streak is ticking away here in the fourth quarter. Just haven't been as sharp in this one. And Brady's throw there incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
2nd and 10.
Push him back. Push him back.
Now Brady. He sets up the screen to Jones. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Brady now to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Brady got to have this one. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Throwing on 1st down is Brady. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Tracy Walker, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. No gain on the play, and it brings up a 3rd down. To throw is Trask. Got a man complete. It's Taylor. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
On first down, it's James. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Didn't get to the sticks, but that's an ideal carry there on first down, isn't it?
I mean, now you're 2nd and 1. Although, you know, in the NFL, even if he picked up the first down, I don't think it's a big difference because the clock doesn't stop.
Yeah, not like college.
Right. If it's college football, you want to 2nd and 1 is probably better than picking up the first down because in college football, the clock stops with every first down and actually aids the defense in that situation.
45.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Here's Taylor again, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Colts look like they're going to be moving to 6-0 as they extend that lead even further. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and that will bump the lead up to 26. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are.
Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Scotty Miller, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bucs are able to close the gap just a bit. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
Fields this way up at the 17. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive as they try to finish things off in this fourth quarter, and that current 5-game win streak looking like it's going to go to 6. They'll get this out quickly to Campbell, and down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Here's James. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And they'll take a knee as the clock runs under a minute to play. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. And they'll indeed take a knee. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Colts, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, they taste defeat for the first time this season as they drop to 5-1. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Atlanta Falcons come to town.